What's poppin', people? It's your boy Edge, aka EJ, bringing you another video. So today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about our legs, all right? We're gonna get those legs really popping for you, okay? You feel me? So we'll make our way over here. All right, people, so today we're gonna be talking about legs, okay? Not the legs in its entirety, but our hamstrings, okay? If you don't know where your hamstrings are, right back here, baby. These little, those are your hamstrings, okay? So, when you think about legs, naturally people think about the quads, what you see up front, your calves, everything like that. But it's so easy for us to neglect our underwork, our hamstrings. So today, I'm gonna bring you 3 exercises that you can do at home, whether you're a beginner, you're advanced, wherever you're at with your fitness, you'll be able to incorporate this so we don't have weak hamstrings. All right, y'all, so when I first started working out, of course, I was obsessed with working my chest, curls for the girls, getting that horseshoe, you know what I mean? Basic men things, right? I completely avoided doing legs because I had knee pain. Okay, I never really tore anything in my knee. I just had pain. I really did though. But it was just an excuse, right? Eventually I got tired of people saying, do you ever train legs? You ever do anything for legs? Well, you got skinny legs. You know, I got tired of people saying that. And so I really put an emphasis on training my legs, all right? And so for all you men out there who don't do legs, I highly recommend you do it so you're not just toppled over just with a flick. Because I guarantee you, somebody's gonna try and pressure you about your legs, and that's what I'm here for, here to help you. So, hamstrings. People neglect them because they're at the back of your leg. You're not really thinking about the hamstrings when you're looking in the mirror, you're looking at your quads. Everybody wants their quads to pop, right? But hamstrings, your hamstrings should be just as strong as your quads. Why, you ask? Let me tell you. So, undertrained or neglected hamstrings can lead to hip pain, lower back pain, knee pain, and foot pain even, right? Because your quads are overcompensating for your weaker hamstrings, right? And so it can also lead to other, it can also lead to injuries for all you athletes out there. All the ligaments in your knees, ACL, PCL, MCL, you name it, meniscus. Undertrained hamstrings can lead to torn ligaments in your knees, right? So it's important to really start focusing on your hamstrings, and today is the day that you're going to start focusing on them because it's going to make you more explosive for your athlete. It's going to help prevent injuries. If you have back pain, it can help with that. If you have weak hips, it could be the cause of your back pain. I bet you wouldn't think that, right? Now you know. All right, y'all. So now you know some of the benefits of training your hamstrings. It's really good. It's really important to have a strong base, well-rounded legs. It makes working out any other muscle group easier, I promise you, right? So, I have 3 different exercises for you to do, whether you're a beginner, you've been working out your whole life, you've been neglecting hamstrings, or you just don't know what to do for hamstrings, to help you strengthen those puppies up. And I'm telling you, if you have random knee pain, your lower back's always hurting and you don't know why, you go see chiropractors, all that stuff, it might be because you have weak hamstrings. No offense, I'm not making fun of you, I'm just saying that this could potentially help you with that. So why not give it a try? Let's hop to the first exercise. All right, so the first exercise we have are good mornings, all right? It has nothing to do with the sun, only with strengthening. It has nothing to do with the sun, only to do with strengthening your hamstrings, all right? So, good mornings are real simple to do, okay? So you're gonna have your feet at about hip width apart, right? Literally, all you're gonna do, is lean forward just like that, okay? Now, before you go and do this, and you just go and leaning forward like this, you're like, EJ, I don't feel it, what am I doing wrong? Here's a tip for whenever you're trying to engage your hamstrings, okay? So, give you a little side view. So whenever I'm doing it, I always have like the slightest of bends in my knees, right? And so if I just lean forward like this, all I'm gonna feel it in is my back because I'm just bending forward, right? What you're gonna do is, as you're leaning forward, you're gonna wanna push your pelvic bone or your hips backwards, right? And so all I need to do is go right here, and I feel a big stretch on my hamstrings. See? So push your pelvic bone backwards and lean forward, and then you'll come back up, right? You want to feel a big stretch on your hamstrings. If when you're going down, you don't feel any kind of anything on your hamstrings, you're doing something wrong. Really focus on pushing your pelvic bone backwards, okay? You don't want to be on your toes when you do this. You want most of your weight to be going into your heels, right? So as you're going forward, you'll lean, and then you'll start pushing that booty back, okay? Start pushing that hip back, and you'll feel a stretch in your hamstrings. Once you feel the biggest stretch you can get, pow, right back up, okay? So if you're doing this at home or at the gym, hold up, wait. If you're doing this at the gym, you can get a barbell, just put it on your back, and then down just like that, and back up. Pretty easy. And once you get used to pushing your pelvic bone backwards, you don't have to think about it. It'll just come natural whenever you're doing it. You can do this at home as well. If you have booty bands, just put them around your legs. So your legs are having to keep your knees from coming together like this, right? You can do this anywhere. Don't make any excuses, okay? Because this is a hamstring exercise that you could do anywhere, and you should incorporate it in all of your leg days because we need strong hamstrings, all right? Let's go to the next section. All you need is a dumbbell. And if you don't have dumbbells, you're set. You don't need the weight, all right? So now we're gonna do single leg RDL, okay? Now, if you don't have balance, I definitely recommend you getting by something to kind of help you with your balance, okay? So, single leg RDL, just as it sounds, okay? All you're gonna do is you're gonna get on one leg, you're gonna have the weight in the hand of the leg that's doing the exercise, right? And then you're just gonna lean forward, boop, and then back up, just like that, right? So, same thing, just gonna have the slightest of bends in your knees, and then you're just gonna lean forward, out, and then back up. And as I said, if you need help with balancing, definitely get a bench. If you're at home, get by a chair, by a wall, and just hold on to it as you're going down so you can really focus on thinking of those hamstrings and those glutes. Pretty simple exercise, right? I know, you're welcome. So I'm gonna show you some live reps on my strong leg, okay? So, with weight. Get your balance. Down, and then up, just like that. I like to pause at the bottom just to create more time under tension on my hamstrings. You don't need to do it fast. Slow and steady wins the race. That's enough of those. So, you got the good mornings. You got the single leg RDL. Next is gonna be my most favorite hamstring exercises to do, and anybody can do it. Okay, I promise you, you're gonna absolutely love it. I just can't wait to show you. Come on. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're new. If you like this kind of content, I'm having all kinds of how-tos, what to do's, blues, clues, whatever it is that you need. All right, don't snooze. Okay, for real. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you're notified every time a video drops. And go ahead and leave a comment of other muscle groups that you want to learn some exercises for, how-tos, all that stuff. You go ahead and hit that like button for your boy. So the last exercise that I'm going to show you is a sumo stance Romanian deadlift. This is my absolute favorite exercise to do for my hamstrings. I just feel like the biggest stretch. I don't know, you just try it and I guarantee you'll love it, okay? So sumo stance, you're going to have your feet out wider than hip width, right? Then you have your toes pointed outwards, okay? So I like to have a dumbbell when I do this. And I hold it just like this, right? And so it's just like a good morning. as you're going down, you're gonna start to push your hips backwards, right? Until you feel the biggest stretch on your hamstrings. Once you feel that stretch, back up, okay? So, sideways. You push your hips backwards, and then drop the weight, and then right here is where I feel the biggest stretch. And then just come right back up, just like that. Back down. Now remember to focus on pushing your pelvic bone backwards. Can't harp on that enough because we want this all to be your hamstrings. The second I stop pushing my hips backwards is the second I start using my back. Another tip whenever you're doing this is to try to keep your chest out. Keep your shoulders braced back so you're not pulling with your back at all. Go down and then up again, just like that. You don't even really need to use weight for that either. So if you're beginning, what you really want to do is use a light weight so that you can really focus on engaging your hamstrings. Because you don't want to be doing the exercise wrong and then you end up pulling something because you're not doing it right. So start with no weight. Really practice on pushing your hips backwards so you feel a stretch in your hamstrings. All right, and I guarantee you this is going to help with any pain. Okay, wait. I guarantee you if it's because your hamstrings are weak, that strengthening them is going to help with your hips, your lower back, your knees, your joints. You'll become a better athlete. You'll get well-rounded legs. You'll squat more. You'll be able to lift more in general. Guys, it helps you boost your testosterone naturally. Releases more testosterone throughout your body. Will make your body more anabolic. I can keep going for days, guys, but ran out of breath going on that rant. Anyway, so when you're doing this, I like to do 4 sets usually of about 12 to 15 reps. And play around with the weight. You want to find a weight that's really pushing you and making your muscles feel like they're tired, not to the point where you want to die, but you want to be feeling it, all right? And so, yeah, those are the 3 hamstring exercises I recommend for anybody to include in their leg days. Because if you're not doing your hamstrings, it's going to lead to injuries, all right? So the last thing you should always do after doing leg day or any day in general is stretch out your hamstrings, okay? Last thing you want is your hamstrings to become tight. Because if your hamstrings are too tight, that can also lead to more injuries, okay? So as soon as you get done exercising, go do a cool down, jump rope, jog on a treadmill, and then go ahead and stretch them out. It's just basic leg stretches, all right? That's all I got for you today. Let's strengthen up those hamstrings and get those beautiful, beautiful legs because, really with this, it's action. Just ignore that, okay? I gotta go do back though. So again, if you're new, subscribe, hit that like button, share with a friend who has those chicken legs that really need to start hitting them because that's what we're here for, baby. We're making gains all day, but right now it's time for me to go hit that back, baby.